Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. My name is Eva Medalek, and I am a certified high performance coach, cultural inclusivity trainer, #1 best-selling author, and an international speaker. So I just got back from speaking at an event in Boston yesterday. Yes, I spoke on Tuesday. And it was the American Society for Quality. And the talk I gave was on creating inclusive environments. And, with a lot of companies really being mindful of the level of diversity that they have within their communities and their teams. Um, Diversity hires, diversity intention is one thing, but inclusivity is another thing. So, what does that have to do with high performance? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you about high performance is I know when people hear the word high performance, they may think, oh my God, that's not me. I'm not this huge executive. I'm not, what can I say? I think the word I'm looking for is high achieving workaholic, someone who is kind of like 24/7 in it, having great leadership capabilities and really being at that. What I picture in my mind, that office on the top floor of this fancy high rise in the city that has kind of a 180-degree view of the city. But let me tell you what high performance really is. High performance is showing up as your best possible self. It's showing up on your A game at home, at work, in your communities, basically in every area of your life. And so when I coach people on being high performers, I'm coaching them to be their best, to have the clarity on their intention and their purpose, to have the energy to achieve everything they want to achieve, to learn the habits that will create more productivity, but a better word would be more effectiveness, to beat procrastination, right? To beat the exhaustion, to beat the tiredness, to beat the cranky mood, and really in whatever it is and whoever you are in life, that you are living life to the fullest extent. Your relationships are happy and connected. You feel good in your body. You are feeling energetic. You're as healthy as you could possibly be. We all have things that are unexpected that affect our health and our well-being, but that we're doing everything possible to make sure that we show up as our best self. That is the distinction between high achieving and high performing, because we all know successful people who are miserable in their lives, those people who we ask, hey, how are you today? And they say stuff like, good, but really busy, good, but really busy. And that could be you as well. But how can we show up in full energy, full vibrancy, full joy, full health, full of, I would say, connectedness in our relationships at home and at work and in our communities? Because basically, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so here's what kind of the flip side of that is. How can we show up at our highest and best self with everything that's going on in the world today, with everything that's making us scared, everything that's affecting our lives and the lives of our families? We've got wars in Ukraine, we've got wars in Israel and Gaza. It feels like here in the United States, we're at war with each other. Whose side are we on? Who is for immigration? Who's against immigration? There's just so much disconnection, and so many more people are feeling excluded rather than included. And most of the time, the people who are able to really be intentional and be high performers have a certain amount of privilege that allows them to be high performers. What does that mean? Maybe they don't have family in some of the war-torn areas. Maybe they are not from immigrant families where, maybe their children or their grandchildren or maybe themselves are in danger of not being able to work or go for the American dream, as a lot of people like to say. Maybe some of their rights are being taken away. Maybe there's just so much on their mind with their health that they are not able to show up at their highest and best self at work. Because, we always connect high performance with productivity issues. And I want to help everybody start to think about high performance as a psychological safety issue. Where do we feel safe to speak up, to share our opinions? Because basically, we are living in an age of moral outrage and cancel culture, and a lot of people don't feel safe in sharing their fears, their experiences, their feelings, and their voices are silenced. And I know it's typical with a lot of people who are part of minoritized communities to not speak up for themselves, to not learn. They don't know how to quantify their value. They don't know how to communicate their value in the workplace. And so as a result, they rely on the work to speak for itself. And a lot of times, nobody is hearing what your work is saying. I was watching a TED talk and I'm sorry, I can't remember the woman's name, but she was talking about communicating your value, quantifying and communicating your value. And one of the things she said, which really stuck out to me, was that people will pay you what they think you're worth, but it's up to you to control their thinking. So how can we make it safe for everyone's voice to be heard, for everyone to feel safe in sharing their contribution to the company? What is that opportunity path for people who are on the margins of society, who are historically minoritized, to be able to have that opportunity path to be a high performer, to speak up, to communicate their values, and to be fully included in that opportunity path that has so often just been reserved for people of privilege, because high performance is a privilege. And so now that we've got diversity in our communities, how can we make sure everyone's included? So that's food for thought for today. That was on my mind after the talk I did in Boston, because what I do in my workshops is really help people learn how to communicate in a way that fosters inclusive work cultures. And what I found is that a lot of people take these skills and create that at home as well. For example, you might be having trouble communicating with your teenager. These same communication skills will open up even the most closed up, hidden teenager, if you will, to feel safe sharing what's going on in their lives with their parents. I'm not saying it's a foolproof thing, but it is a way that helps people feel seen, heard, understood, and valued. Is how you communicate. Communication is the foundation. Communication and acknowledgement is the foundation for creating inclusive environments that help people to be able to show up fully as their best authentic self, so that they too can be high performers. All right, so I want to hear in the chat, if you're watching this live or on the replay, what is a takeaway for you in high performance? Did you realize that high achieving didn't necessarily mean that you were a high performer? Because high performers have learned how to accelerate and advance their careers without sacrificing their health, their well-being and their relationships, and they role model the way for other people coming behind them and underneath them, if you will, to help raise them up on an opportunity path so that they can excel as well. All right, that's it for me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and please share this out. If you know somebody that this will help, please share this video out so that people can really rise to being the best version of themselves possible. And anyone who is interested in knowing how high performance coaching can improve, enhance, and enrich the quality of your personal and professional life, you can reach out to me at talkwitheva.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.